Want to know what a real man would tell their lady about love and life? You're in the right place. This is Hello Ladies with Rom Wills. Rom Wills is an author, speaker, and proud father. Grab some wine, sit back, and enjoy.
Welcome to the Sunday morning simulcast with Rom Wills, starting from zero. Now, I'm going to tell you what, a lot of people who really follow my work know I have a work of fiction out called Starting from Zero. But that's actually based on a philosophy that I had, right? And there's a story behind that philosophy. I remember I was walking through this university gym when I first started at American University, way back in the 80s. And I saw this fine young lady. Oh, man, good God, she was fine. Oh, head to toe, very intelligent. So I did what any bold man would do. I walked over and started talking to her, right? And, she in the gym, and, and she asked me the question. Hey, she was like, hey, do you work out? Now, I wasn't muscular at the time. I was I had a good size, but natural size. But, I ain't looking like I worked out. But she asked that. And, so I'm looking at this very attractive woman, and I'm thinking I'm doing what a lot of guys would do in that situation. I told the requisite lie. Let's be real. And I said, yeah, but I haven't worked out in a long time. And with her response to me, always stuck with me. It became a philosophy that I always follow. She said, well, you have to start from zero, right? You have to start from zero. Now, like I said, I told the requisite lie. So I didn't want to look that bad as a lie. I said, okay, I got to clean it up. So that's when I really started working out. I ain't want to look too bad. And you know what, I got to think that little lie that I needed to cover up actually impacted me to this day. And I'm really thankful for what she said. And that's why it stuck with me, because I just started from zero. But see, I applied that to other areas in life. Like, no matter what you go through, and look, we all go through some stuff. We can't help that. That's just a part of life. We all go through some stuff, and, we could lose everything. I don't care how successful we are. Like, the average millionaire is bankrupt 3 times. You could lose everything. You could lose that job, that high-paying job. You can lose that mate that you thought you would have a lifetime with. There was a time in college, my freshman year in college, the apartment building I lived in burnt down to the ground. It literally, and all I got out with was just some pajamas. Not even a pajama top, some pajamas. It was a good thing it was in May, so it was a little warm outside. And I had to borrow clothes. I had to borrow shoes and clothes and sweats just to get home. And I started from zero. Even before I heard the term, I had started from zero. And, was able to move up no matter what, because stuff happens. That's the nature of life. Whether by accident, act of God, or, you just made some bad moves. Sometimes you just got to start over with credit. I ain't going to lie. My credit's been shot a couple times. Now, I can say, okay, I got it in that 700 range now. But one time it was nowhere near that 700 range. I remember I couldn't get a car. The car salesman, how they try to sell, they just look at you just like, well, sir. Now, it's like as soon as I walk in, it's like they run the credit and stuff. Shoot, they try to sell me the best car they got. But I had to build that up. I had to start from zero. Gone through breakups. You still got to start from zero. And this is just a reality of life. This is just a reality of life. We're not going to always just rise and keep rising, you know? Even though I always say that to people, I always say keep rising. There's going to be times we dip. You know, if you're on the path to success, I wish I could say it's a straight path, but anybody who has become successful in life, they'll tell you, nah, we had some problems. In fact, many people who become successful, they look back at their bad times and they say, you know what? It was bad. They look at it they actually look back with fondness because they got them on the path or they had to look into stuff. Like if you study the biographies or listen to the stories of successful people, they always tell you that time they were at bottom. They were at zero. And in fact, even in my book, Nice Guys and Players, the fiction book, I actually numbered a chapter in an interesting way. It starts at chapter 24 and counts down. And it gets to the point where it's zero. Like the first part counts down to 1 from chapter 24 to chapter 1. Then there's the middle part, which is 0. And then the third book within the book, starts from chapter 1 and then moves up. And the reason, we just go through it. And that was the reason behind me even writing the book. Just saying, hey, I don't care where you are. Because in the book, the main character looked like he was doing all right. He had an education. He had a good job. He had some issues, of course. And him going down to 0 helped him clean out those issues. But he was able to rise back up. And let me speak on that for a second. Sometimes when you hit 0, you get rid of a lot of unnecessary things. You get rid of a lot of things that you didn't really need to begin with. And you're starting fresh. And when you're starting fresh, you can actually grow to a great point. That's an important thing to understand. That's the important thing that you want to do. See, starting from 0 isn't a terrible thing. Some people might think it's terrible. And yeah, if you hang there, it can be terrible. If you don't make the move. But once you hit 0, you got to look at it like you have no place to go but up. That's the key. That's the key. And you got that starting point. Sometimes even if things are going well, I'm going to tell you what. Let's say things are starting to go down for you, but you still got some good things. Right? But it's still steadily moving down. Sometimes you got to just start over. You got to reinvent yourself. You got to get rid of the bad stuff that was dragging you down. You got to start clean. You got to start clean. And that's the important thing. You got to wash yourself off, I'm going to tell you what with me, and this is sometimes when I've gone through some bad things. Now, y'all see me now. I usually keep my hair low. That's because of age and stuff. I don't want to be raggedy, but I remember when I was younger and, definitely kept a full head of hair. Sometimes when I went down to that low point, I would just shave everything off. I would shave that off and it would be symbolic of saying, okay, I'm just going to start over. And boom. Boom. Like I said, it's a little different now. It's older now, so I'll just keep it short to keep it nice looking. But back when it was a full head of hair and then, had some problem, I would just shave everything. And that would be my way of starting from 0. And it's, like I say, it's no shame in it. People who are successful in life have had to do it. In fact, I remember I went through a breakup. It wasn't all that good. But I changed some stuff about me. And I remember the next woman I dealt with, and I told her this. I was honest with her. She said, you went through that, but then you obviously you worked on yourself and did the changes. And that's how you have to be. Life is a constant evolution. Life is a constant change. And you got to start from somewhere. Consciously start from somewhere. And like I say, if you hit that point, there's no shame in it. I don't care who you are. I don't care how much money you got. I don't care. Every single one of us got something we fight, something we have to deal with. And we're all going to hit 0 at some place. It's going to be different concepts of what we consider 0. But it's still going to be there. All you have to do once you get there is just start and grow, okay? So I want y'all to think on that. As always, keep rising and transforming. Peace.